Today I'm doing a water marble Christmas design. The end result's going to look as close to this as I can possibly get. Every water marble is unique, but this is the end result. I've already got 2 fingers done without cleaning up, but it's okay. I have tape around my fingers because my beloved Simply Peel decided to dry out on me. I'm not so thrilled about that. I have a cup of filtered room temperature water, and I'm going to start building my bullseye. So, as far as colors go, this is Wet and Wild Teal of Fortune, which is the bluish green. I have Copper Penny from Jamberry as my gold. I have OPI I'm Not Really a Waitress for my red. And then I have OPI My Signature is DC as my silver. I've got 2 layers of the silver on my nails, and I'm going to be water marbling right on top of that. Oh, and the final embellishment will have, or the little embellishment will be the Snowflake stencil with a tiny blue stud, which is this one right here. It's not a rhinestone, it's just a little metallic stud that's super cute. So building my bullseye, when you're going to water marble, you want really thin polishes. I actually used lacquer thinner to make my polishes a little bit thinner so they would spread out. And I always start off with 4 drops of one color to kind of give myself a space. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I've got a nice wide blue-ish green rim. And I'm doing 2 drops of each color because I like how dark that made it. And because my silver is getting rather low, it's going to take a minute to get all of my silver in the cup. I tried a couple of experiments with this. I initially tried a drip drop manicure. Basically a glob of polish with drops of other polishes on top of it. They spread out. Looks kind of cute, but I wasn't getting the results I wanted. And this is actually the second attempt at water marbling with these colors. And this one turned out a lot better than my first attempt. I think I had my water too warm with the first attempt. I really like the way this Wet and Wild polish spreads. It's really awesome. So I'm just building my bullseye until it doesn't spread out quite as much anymore. Yeah, that sucked as a drop. So with the silver, I'm actually kind of scooping the polish up with the brush to try to get a nice glob on the edge of the brush. It's really super low. I'll see if I can get the level on camera, which sucks because it's my favorite silver. So that's a good bullseye right there. So I'm going to take one of my dotting tools, the really thin pointy end, and I'm going to draw it out and anchor it at the top and the bottom. And now I'm going to draw in from the sides. Trying to get my hand out of the camera. Sometimes it doesn't like to do exactly what you're envisioning. It still came out pretty cute. Oh, and I wipe my tool off in between each stroke. So I'm going to dip my ring and pinky fingers and line it up with the spot that I like the best. Let me actually move this a little bit. So I'm liking this spot right in here. I'm going to line it up. Put my fingers in, and now I'm going to give it a second, and then I'll pick up the rest of the polish. Sometimes it helps to blow on it. And it's not really visible what I'm doing, but I'm using a toothpick to pick up the remaining polish. And then that's what we're looking at right here. And to take the tape off, I'm just going to cut right up the center on both of them. And then just peel it off. It does leave a little bit of room that needs to be cleaned up, but tape's not quite as protective as simply peel. And then I do have a little water bubble, so I just take the toothpick and then I'll grab a paper or a tissue and absorb the water from that. It's still kind of there, but it's not quite as visible. I really like how this finger turned out. These two, okay. I'm not so sure about this one. I might do this one. I'm going to get my fingers, or get everything else. Yeah, I'm going to finish the water marble and then I will meet you back. So now I've got all 10 nails water marbled. As you can see, the designs came out a little different with each one. I'm happy. I did end up redoing this one, but I'm happy with how they look. So now I'm going to do the snowflake. In snowflake, I'm using a stencil, and I'm just going to push or put it on my nail. Make sure it's nice and flat. I'm going to grab a couple other stencils while I'm at it and lay those down. So this is the stencil sheet. I'm just going to lift up the corner and pull it up, leaving the stars in place. The stars are for something else. And then I'm just going to figure out what part I want to put the snowflake on, and then set the stencil down. I'm not going to be painting over the stencils. I'm going to be sponging over the stencils. That way I can have a nice light snowflake without 8,000 layers. And the snowflake's going to be in a slightly different spot for each nail. I do have a layer of top coat, quick dry top coat between the stencil and the water marble. I did that off camera just because it's how I did it after I cleaned up around my nails. Okay, now that I've got all my stencils down, I'm using White by Kleencolor. It's my favorite cream white polish. It's basically a one coat when you're using the brush. I'll take a couple coats with the sponging method. So I got the polish on the sponge, I'm just going to dab. I don't want a super thick snowflake, I just want the white to cover the water marble. And then with some of my nails where there's exposed nail below the stencil, I'm just going to be mindful of where that's at so I don't go over. It should take 2, maybe 3 coats to get the opacity that I want. Oh, the stencils that I have are, I have no idea how to pronounce that, but this is the brand. As soon as it focuses. There we go. I got them in a bundle from Amazon. There was like 100 stencils in the bundle. I think, yeah, one more layer ought to do it. Sponging with a stencil or a vinyl does also give you a overall neater look, since the polish isn't seeping underneath and making a huge mess of things and combining parts of the design. Alright, one more layer and then we'll pull the stencils off. So that's a really nice opacity right there. I'll go ahead and pull the stencil off, and there we have our snowflake. And while the snowflake is still fairly fresh, I'm going to go ahead and put the stud down. as soon as I can get the damn wheel open. There we go. So I'm using the tiny blue studs from this one, or that section. What I'm going to do is put a little drop of top coat on my mat, grab my dotting tool, pick up a drop, put it in the center, and then grab a stud and put that right on the drop of top coat. So my snowflake has a nice blue center. I'm going to do that one again, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So there's our other snowflake. Another drop of top coat on the mat. Drop of top coat in the center of the snowflake, and a stud right on top. Alright, I'm going to finish off my nails and then I'll meet you back. So here's the final look. Bring that down a little bit. Not all of the snowflakes are perfect. Some of them bled a little bit, but I think it's cute. I like it. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.